You know what was the hardest to vote for me for the NFL honors? Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was the hardest one for me to vote for because I don't give a fuck. I'll be real. I don't give a fuck about those defensive rookies, bro. Everyone else though, I was like, I'm set on my pick, you know. But that one, I was like, fuck it, give it to anyone. I was gonna say, have you got your scores for the picks, but it was literally 2 games. Yeah. So I mean, it's not difficult to tally up. But
I mean, some of us did better than others. I'll say that.
Did I go 0-2? No, I picked the Chiefs.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, let's just jump straight in then anyway.
Let's just say somebody did.
Somebody did. I thought. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it before we spoil our scores. So, conference championships have wrapped up. The AFC and the NFC have crowned their champions. Unfortunate for us who made our picks last week. We're going to get into our scores. I've tallied up, by the way, our overall scores because in this video today, we are going to do our Super Bowl pick. So we will be able to see our final scores for the regular and postseason combined. See who knows ball and who doesn't. So let's do our intros first. I always forget intros. You should know by now. If you are new to the series, make sure you hit the like button on the video and subscribe for more videos. We are going to do NFL honors predictions as well as top 10 position rankings, I guess you want to call it. I don't know how else to call it, but I am Nameless, as you can tell by the name of the YouTube channel. Also go by Billy Walters Jr. That is a name given to me by the gambling gods who have not been very favorable to me at the minute. Gamble responsibly. But yeah, I am a Ravens and Cowboys fan. There's no rules. I support 2 teams. Talk to someone else about it. In fact, don't even talk to me if your team's not in the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you say the words Super or Bowl. Anyway, representing the 49ers in his retro Patriots jersey, we have the boy.
Crab or Key or Rob Gronkowski. I'm a Niners fan. I'm also a Kirk Cousins fan. That's all. It's me.
He's, as you can tell by his jersey, a big fan of tight ends and a big fan of his camera not loading. And he's back. Whoa, that is crazy quality. He looked like a Picasso painting there. You're back. Okay, we back. And down below us, representing the Green Bay Packers.
It's Qusic here again. Aren't you guys just so excited for the Super Bowl this year? I can barely contain it.
So yeah, man, look at us. The 3 of us. We have 4 teams between us. None of us made the Super Bowl. It's a shame to see. Maybe next year. Towards the end of this video, by the way, we're going to do some predictions for next year. We've got some hot takes to give for our ideas for next year. Since this was going to be the last picks video before, of course, the NFL honors. I don't know yet how this is going to get uploaded. The honors video might be out already. If it is, check that out. If it's not out already, check it out. It'll be the next video on the channel. After that, top 10 QBs, running backs, wide receivers, all of that. That's the schedule to come. If you've clicked on this video looking for FIFA, I don't want to hear you say the words foot or ball. You'll get FIFA videos when I'm ready. For now, we sticking with the NFL and we are sticking with the Super Bowl. First of all, though, let's recap our conference finals picks. I went 1-1 with my picks. I was living on a prayer with that Washington Commanders picks, but I did pick the Chiefs to get the job done against the Bills. How did you boys get on with your picks? Q, we'll go to you first, bro.
Yeah, I went 1-1 as well. I took the Eagles right away. I love Jaden Daniels, but I figured this Eagles team is just much better, and we definitely saw that on the field. And I was hoping and praying the Bills would finally get the job done. They were so close, but it didn't happen. So we get another Chiefs Super Bowl. Hooray!
And Key?
So I chose my picks off the American Dream, off the Super Bowl I wanted to see. I went 0-2. I took Bills Commanders. They both let me down.
Are you sure? I thought you picked the Eagles.
Nah.
Really?
I don't think so.
I don't remember you picking the Commanders. I thought I did terrible this week, and you two went 2-0.
I'm pretty sure I picked the Commanders. I definitely picked the Bills, but I'm pretty sure I picked the Commanders.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to give you points anyway, because that works out nicely for me in our records. So Q, you went 1-1, right?
I went 1-1
this week. So, wow, would you look at that? That brings our scores then we have a winner for the postseason picks. Well, in fact, we don't because there's still a Super Bowl to go. So, in fact, yeah, it could all change depending on the Super Bowl picks. As it stands, I am 6-6 in my postseason picks, and the two of you are tied with 5-7. So, depending on our Super Bowl picks, which I don't know who we are going for yet, that could change and obviously change our postseason. The regular season picks are done for the scores, but yeah, man. Let's get into then just some quick recap and analysis of the games. Very entertaining weekend of football. Not a great weekend for the bets. I can't lie, gamble responsibly. But yeah, it was a bit of a stinker. I think I made minus 20 quid, which I guess, it's not. It could have been worse with how much I ended up
That means you
staking. But
lost 20 quid.
it means I lost 20 quid, yeah. But I staked close to 200. So I still made stuff back, but it was... Bro, I was like one player touchdown away from just changing the whole weekend. I needed Travis Kelce, Josh Allen, or Khalil Shakir to get a touchdown. Just any of those three, and I would have been flying, but it didn't work out that way. We'll start first then with that Commanders game. Like I say, I picked the Commanders based on JD5. I'm a huge fan of Jaden Daniels, and bro, he just, even in that game, I know that they lost, but still, bro, he is unbelievable. Like, he is so good. I was so nervous watching that game, though. Even though I'm not a Commanders or an Eagles fan, like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. That was like Hitler versus Stalin for me in terms of who do you want to see win. I see. I don't even know if that joke is safe for YouTube or not. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but we're gonna leave it in anyway because there's no rules. Do you know what I mean? This is my channel. It's my video. I can say what I want. YouTube. But I saw a crazy stat. I don't have the exact number, but it was like Jaden Daniels scored the touchdown, made it 14 to whatever the score was, and he didn't touch the ball again until they were like 2 scores down, because there was all like the turnovers, the fumbles, the fumble lost by the Commanders on that kick return. My heart actually broke. I was like, no fucking way, bro. Like, I don't even know why they tried to return it. I think they fumbled it twice, did they, from the kick return? I can't remember, but yeah, I can't even imagine being a Commanders fan watching that. They've played each other twice this season already. Divisional rivals. They know each other better than anyone. And bro, I just feel like the scoreline wasn't fair. 55-23. Was that a scoregami, by the way? No.
That has happened exactly one time previously.
No way, bro. 55-23.
Shit in this house.
Oh man. But yeah, bro, Saquon ran wild. Bro, I know I'm yapping, and feel free to interject and stop me, but like I said, I was nervous watching it. I felt like every play for the Commanders, they were having to earn every single yard. They had that first drive, went down the field, had to earn every yard, bro. Every pass completion was instantly no yards after the catch tackled. Every run was like stopped. Brian Robinson, by the way, I don't know what his season average is, but I feel like that guy averages 2.1 yards per carry, like 2 more yards than me. But bro, and then the Eagles get the ball back, and I'm like, all right, let's see how the Commanders defense does. First play, Saquon to the house, 60 yards. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I did have Saquon first touchdown scorer though on the bets, which was, what can I say? £1 flipped into £3. We take that. We take those, But yeah, what did you boys think watching that game? Just someone take the mic off me, please.
This was just some old school run it down their throat kind of football from the Eagles here. I think they set a record for 7 rushing touchdowns. That's the most in the conference round in NFL history so far. There's not much to say, honestly. This Commanders team has played so good all year. They beat the Lions, despite the Lions defense being kind of depleted at that point. But like I said a couple weeks ago, nobody cares. Work harder. Commanders outworked the Lions in that and got the win. But they just couldn't outwork this Eagles team here. I know you talked about Nakobe Dean being out and how that would play a huge role, but their other linebacker, Zach Bond, he's been incredible. He's a Defensive Player of the Year finalist and definitely showed up in this game, forcing a fumble. And just all these fumbles for the Commanders really set them behind. Even without any of the fumbles, I think the Eagles still win, but it was just you saw the clear disparity between the teams because of those fumbles, and they could just never quite get it back. I'm definitely not putting any blame on this game for Jaden Daniels. Even with a pick in the end zone at the end of the game, you got to go for it there. And to make it to make it this far as a rookie is just incredible. And I'm excited to see what he does next season.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up about Nakobe Dean there, because I said last week I think like he has been a great player on their defense. The Eagles' defense obviously top in the league, I think, for all categories this season, in the regular season. And I thought Nakobe Dean, he is great. He is such a big part of that defense. But as you saw, obviously they run the 3-4 system, so they normally have the 2 middle linebackers anyway. Zach Bourne, like you say, defensive player of the year candidate. But even the guy who stepped in that second middle linebacker spot for Nakobe Dean, I forget his name, Burks, I think his name is. Oren Burks.
Oren Burks.
Bro,
Packers legend.
Is he a Packers for real? Bro, he was crazy. He had 9 combined tackles and a sack in that game. And yeah, to step up in place like that, like I say, it was big shoes to fill, I thought, because Nakobe Dean was playing out of his mind. Still can't believe that injury, bro. Like, I was watching him, he made that tackle against the Packers and then just didn't get back up. And I was like, it didn't even look like low-key what happened to Zay Flowers in the Browns game. Didn't even really look like he did anything, but obviously the body just works in mysterious ways. But yeah, man, that Eagles defense is the real deal. Holyfield, like, it's crazy. They had to earn every single yard, the Commanders, and then we'll move into the offense in a minute. I feel like right now we're just doing like the Commanders offense. I've just looked up to see the Jaden Daniels stats, and I was like, what do you mean passing T-Way 23 yards? And then I clicked it. It's Tress Way, the punter. I forgot they did that. They ran the fake punt in the playoffs. An NFC Championship game, fake punt. I love to see it, bro. That was actually hype. But I don't know how the Eagles didn't clock it, because I clocked it instantly watching it as a fan. You could tell from the way they set up, the way there was like a guy who like motioned, and I'm like, you don't really motion on a punt, but he was looking all jittery and stuff, and I'm like, this is a fake. I called it straight away, and then it happened. I'm like, hey, fair play. Ballsy play. Key, did you watch this one? What's your thoughts, bro?
I watched a little. I didn't get to watch the whole game. I actually had to do something. But I got to see Saquon's 60-yard. That was unbelievable. He's just too good. Did you see one of the... I can't remember. He's one of the O-line anyway. I think his name's My Latter for the Eagles.
Yeah,
Did
Australian
you see how
guy.
fast that guy moves? Did you watch him on Saquon's 60-yard? He literally says to Saquon, he's like, follow me, like just before the play. And then he literally gets in, like, blocks one, then blocks another, and then Saquon like squeezes through. He follows Saquon. Saquon gets hit again, and then he keeps going. He just chases Saquon the whole way, and he's like not far behind him, and he's like 300 pounds.
Yeah, that Eagles O-line is ridiculous. Those guys over there are athletes. Like you see O-linemen, well. Like to the untrained like eye, to like I was watching it and my mum came in and she was like, that guy's massive. You know what I mean? Because like the O-linemen are massive, especially to like, I mean, maybe in America that's normal size for people, you know? But in the UK, bro, I mean, we're talking about Jordan Mailata, who's not even American right now, but I think it's Jordan. He's Australian, but still, like O-lineman, D-lineman, you're not used to seeing that size of man. You know what I mean? Pause, I guess. But yo, I've lost my train of thought now because I got paused. Oh yeah, like you're not used to seeing like those, and you see people like that when they're built like that. You just think like, have you seen that woman who's suing Lyft at the minute because she got refused entry to the taxi service? God. Yeah, she's built like an old lineman. You know what I mean? In fact, I shouldn't say that because I might get thrown in the suit as well. She was like 600 pounds. Like, get a grip. This is a completely different topic. I don't even know why we're getting into this. Have some shame. You know what I mean? I miss when people had shame, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Anyway, she built like an old lineman. I wouldn't let her in the car either. You know what I mean? Anyway, where were we going again? I can't. Oh, the old line of the Eagles. I'm all over the place today, bro. Yeah, those people, you see them how big they are, bro. They're probably faster than all of us. You know what I mean? Those guys are agile, strong, like just. Yeah, and with that run game for Saquon, you know, obviously over in with the Giants in New York, the O-line wasn't to that standard. So even though it's Saquon is still Saquon, the O-line, I feel like O-line is a position that just gets overlooked. You know, all across the line, people don't really give them credit for anything. And it's why I like to see at the end of seasons like QBs buying their O-line presence and stuff like that, and trying to give them some, you know, like give them their flowers. Like Q, you always mention as well, like for Saquon's rushing title, that's not just his title; it's the O-line's like record as well. You know, because it's their hard work really that opens those gaps. Like he said, they're the ones who open the gap, leave them unblocked down the field. Even like last week, Jalen Hurts had a long touchdown run. My latter went with him and had no one to block. I mean, that's a completely different scenario, but still, just yeah.
Nah, but they blocked the first hurdle. Without the first hurdle, like without them blocking it, it goes nowhere.
Yeah. Well,
they're
even on that
MVPs.
play, it was like a trap play. So my latter's at the left tackle, and he pulled to the right and ran with Jalen and had no one to block still. So whether that's just the Rams defense, but that's still, it's trying to block or trying to stop Saquon. Like we'll get into it when we talk about our picks later for the Super Bowl, but you know, you saw what the Rams did. They brought an extra man down into the box to try and stop him at the line. When you do that, it leaves one safety back rather than having two deep. And then if a run gets through that initial line, you can't stop it. You can't stop them. I mean, we'll talk about Jalen Hurts actually. Let's move into that then. We've spoken enough about the Eagles defense. Let's talk about the Eagles offense. Any Eagles fans watching this, shout out to you. You've made the Super Bowl. And I mean, no disrespect to Philadelphia or to the Eagles when I say this, but Jalen Hurts is not that guy. Saquon Barkley, your O-line, your receivers, your defense, great, but Jalen Hurts is not that guy. I don't care what you say. I know looking at his stats, he had 246 passing, 1 touchdown. He had like 3 fucking QB sneaks or whatever it was. I am not moved by that. 3 rushing touchdowns, was it? I'm not moved, bro, when it's 3 QB sneaks. And I said this to the boys in the Discord. I said after the game, I was like, I'm sick that, in fact, I think I did. I can't even remember. It might have been someone else, but I'm sick that in years to come, the history books are going to have it down as Jalen Hurts 3 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns in the NFC Championship. And kids are going to look back in the history books and think, that Jalen Hurts guy must have been a dog. NFC Championship game, 3 rushing touchdowns? No, 3 QB sneaks. Nearly 2 because fucking Frankie Louvu nearly took Jalen Hurts' head off. In fact, that was nearly the end of the game for Jalen Hurts because Frankie Louvu nearly took his head off. That was one of the funniest plays I've ever seen, by the way. I mean, for real though, what are you supposed to do to try and stop the QB sneak? That's really the only way you can try and stop it. But to see nobody move and him just fly over there, bro, some of the memes were great. Like, did you see that one of the guy in the courthouse when he jumps over the courthouse at the judge? Oh, yeah. Man. It was so funny.
Like you said, that's kind of the only way to stop it is go up and over just before the snap comes. And for the refs to go out there like they did and be like, we can award points at this point if it gets too out of hand. It's like the play in itself has almost gotten out of hand. Like there have been teams that have stopped it, so you can't be like too mad at it. Like it's not 100% guarantee, so you can't be like this play's broken, but it definitely is one of the most successful plays in the league. And for them to come out there and basically be like, all right, now you can't move until they basically scored a touchdown because it's on the 1-inch line. So good luck, guys. Frankie Louvu, I'm looking at you. You've done this twice now. But yeah, that I don't agree with at all. I think you if it becomes a cat and mouse game at that point, I say let it continue because that was funny as fuck. Yeah. But you know,
I get it though.
There are only so many ways you can stop the play.
Yeah, I get it though, because what else are the refs supposed to do? Like move the ball into the end zone? Like there's only so far they can move the ball after the penalty, you know? So I get it because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a delay a game because then Frankie Louvu could just keep doing that until he times it right and gets it if they don't like flag it or whatever. But I think, like, personally, I am not a fan of the QB sneak. I hate it. I think it's the most like cop-out, like cheap play ever. I think the league should do something. Maybe have it so you can only try it like 2 times in a row. And if you don't get it on the second time, you can't run it again. Or like maybe have, I don't know if they could even do this though, because it's at the end of the day, it's just a play in a playbook, you know. But I think there should be some like regulation on it. Like you can only use it one time per drive or something. So if you go for it on like a 4th and 1 and do a QB sneak to get the first down, you can't then use it at the goal line type shit or something like that, you know. But I don't know if they could enforce that or if that's too restrictive, telling football teams they can't run a play. You know, it's
I don't know, but at the same time, from what I remember about the new kicking rules, you're only allowed to onside kick in the 4th quarter. I think you can only do it once a game, and you have to let the other team know, hey, we're doing an onside kick.
You can only do it if you're losing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess there's potential for them to limit the usage of it, but I don't know, man. I think they still need to they're definitely going to have things to work out with it, so we'll see what they do.
Key, what do you think about the QB sneak? You a fan?
Nah, I think it's boring me. I think it's like, when a team's like 3rd and 1 and like it's the whole game's on the line and you're like, you know what, like we've got to run a good play yet. Like if I'm playing Madden, I never think like QB sneak at 3rd and 1.
Wait, hold on.
I don't know if
It's funny you say that because on my Madden career mode, I play for the Titans at quarterback. Bro, I've just scored 3 rushing touchdowns today with a QB sneak. I can't even lie, bro. I love doing it on Madden. So if they do, like, regulate it, I'm going to be mad because then I can't run it on Madden no more. But real life, take it out.
This is just like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nah, I just never, I just always think like, it's from an offensive standpoint, it's great for the team, but like, how do you stop it? First of all, like it's unfair, really. Honestly, I'm not a big fan. I think it's just a poo way to get 1 yard. But
do you know who it is unfair on mostly? Saquon Barkley, because Jalen Hurts has taken all of his touchdowns. Think about if they just ran a different play, like gave it to the running back, let him run it in. How many more touchdowns Saquon Barkley might have this season? And he might be MVP, bro, because right now it's looking like in the ballots he's going to be 3rd place in those MVP votes. Probably going to win offensive player of the year. But nowhere near the MVP votes. But if he had those touchdowns, like LT won MVP one year, right? I think it was like 06 maybe, back in those days, and he had like crazy numbers, especially for the touchdown stats. I think he had 20 touchdowns or something, I want to say, that LT MVP year. It was a ridiculous season, just looking at the numbers. But Saquon could have had a season to rival that. Obviously, he nearly had the yards record all time in one season, and his touchdown numbers could be up there if they didn't run that QB sneak a lot. And even the players, have you heard like the Eagles players talk about that play? Everyone hates it. Those old linemen hate running that play. You know, but it comes in from the coach. You know, the coach makes him do it, and Jalen Hurts out.
Got him. Yeah, it's got him this far. So
yeah, I mean, it's the all reliable, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah. So the Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23. Eagles advanced to their 2nd Super Bowl in 3 years. Is that correct stats? Yep. Yeah, I just talk and hope that it's right. Yeah, man. So I can't believe we're going to see another Chiefs. Eagles Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts, I'm sorry, I might look back at this and look stupid, but I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with that man. There was so many times when he could have aired it out. You had Marshawn Lattimore out there looking like a kid who's just had his toys taken away from him. He's just trying to fight people out there. He was fighting for his life. He's fighting for his job, quite literally fighting out there against AJ Brown. Marshawn Lattimore, I'm sorry, you have lost it. There's no getting out of this one. You're done. He's just lost it, bro. You know, and there were so many times when I saw AJ Brown one-on-one, and I'm like, the play call should be send AJ just on any sort of route. Send him deep, bro. There was one time in the red zone as well when literally could have just sent the ball to the back pylon. AJ Brown would have won that fight in the air, and it's a touchdown. And like you literally see Jalen Hurts hesitate. I don't know what it is, whether he's lost confidence or whether he just doesn't have the ability. I mean, I'm sure it's not an ability problem because he's a starting quarterback in the NFL for the Philadelphia Eagles. So maybe it's a confidence thing, but the only way you get that confidence back is by throwing the damn ball. And I know I've made a joke a lot on this pick series about him averaging 130 yards. And to be fair, he went for nearly 250, but still, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed by Jalen Hurts' performance. Anything else to add before we move on to the other game in the championships?
We talked about how we're not impressed with his performance necessarily as a quarterback, and I hate to jump on the trope about like these rushing quarterbacks are just glorified running backs, but at the same time, like even with the tush push and stuff like that, we've seen him make these kinds of runs outside, like we talked about versus the Rams, where nobody's touching him, and like he does more than just these tush pushes on the ground. He'll get all kinds of yards, so that's definitely a factor for this next team we're about to talk about to take into account for their big game.
Yeah, true. But like you say, with the whole like running back thing, people said that about Lamar for so long. But then you see what Lamar can do with his arm. Even JD5 has just come into the league. You see what he can do with his arm and on the ground. And a good transition, I guess, into the next game, which was the Bills against the Chiefs. Two quarterbacks on either side there who can also use their arm and their legs. Patty Mahomes, I feel like, is underrated, bro, when he's using his legs. You know, you don't really think of my homeboy as like a Russian type QB, bro. But if he sees a play break down, he is not afraid to take off. And he might give a little flop at the end to try and draw a flag. But, yo, my homeboy, bro, he is the GOAT. I don't care. Well, he's not, maybe not the GOAT, but top 2, bro, all time. He's up there with Brady. Brady's 1. But Patrick Mahomes, bro. And if he wins the three-peat, I don't know what you can say. I don't know what argument you can bring. But we'll make our Super Bowl picks in a bit. Right now, let's just analyze the game. So, final score between the Bills and the Chiefs was... My app is not loading. It was 32-29. I literally called it, didn't I? I said, yo, the Chiefs haven't dropped 30 in a game all year. Watch this be the game when they finally unlock it and score 30. 32-29. Controversial game. Controversial decisions on both sides. But, I mean, do we want to talk about it? Was it a first down for Josh Allen?
I think it was.
I think it was.
It's too tough to debate, and that's the problem with it. You know, I think the best argument I've heard is getting a sensor in the ball, put sensors in the balls, but then that would affect the flight of the ball type shit, you know. So like when you're throwing it, if it's got something inside it. So I don't know if that would work, but when you have two officials and they both spot it at a different point, who do you like go to? Because the whole point is the referee makes a decision, then it gets reviewed, and then if there's like substantial evidence, you overturn the decision. If there's not substantial evidence, you don't overturn it. So it just depends what that initial call is on the field, and it's tough, man. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't fully blame like a referee's decision for this. I think, like Joe Mixon said when the Texans played the Chiefs, you just can't let it down to the refs. Go out there and win the game yourself. You know what I mean? The Bills have been averaging 30 plus points, I think, this season. I know they scored 29, but you've just got to go out there and score, bro. You know? Am I tripping and saying that Mahomes fumbled it and the Bills recovered it? Am I remembering that correctly? Did Mahomes fumble in this game?
Let me double check.
Swear he did.
Because I want to mention turnovers, but I can't remember if
Somebody did on the Chiefs.
No, Mahomes, he did. He fumbled the handoff, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did, they did like an end around and fumbled it. But did they recover that or not?
On it and then lost it. Nah, the Bills did.
The Bills recovered it. So the moral of the story, even with the Commanders game and pretty much every game so far in this playoffs, has been turnovers. You know, the saying is you pay double for turnovers in the playoffs, and it's proven. Look at every team pretty much, apart from the ones that have played the Chiefs, who have lost. The Ravens, fumbles, turnovers. You had even the Rams had a giant fumble, Karen Williams, against the Eagles. The Chargers, those 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions for Justin Herbert against the Texans. The Commanders, all of those turnovers against the Eagles. And you pay double for turnovers, but you saw Mahomes, 0 interceptions. He's been so good. Ever since playing the Bills in the regular season when he threw those, was it 2 interceptions he had, I think, against the Bills in the regular season, or just the 1? Definitely had 1 at least. And since then, I don't think he's thrown a single interception. Still hasn't in this game. Had the fumble, recovered by the Bills. And Josh Allen didn't throw an int either in this game, I don't believe. No, he didn't. He went for 2 touchdowns, 237 and 39 on the ground. Even Mahomes went for more yards on the ground, 43 yards for Mahomes. He had 11 carries. It didn't even feel like he ran that much, but I took him for over 4.5 rush attempts. cash money, you know. But yeah, man, Mahomes. Say what you want about the Chiefs, about the refs. He's unstoppable. Like, what do you do against the Chiefs, bro? They don't even look that good, but then they're just perfect. They're coached perfectly. You know, there wasn't really any deep passes, big plays. You would say, like when you think about the Bills, even the final play, which obviously didn't get caught by Kincaid, but you think about big explosive plays, getting people open downfield, motions, Josh Allen making things happen. But with the Chiefs and Mahomes, it's like, let's just run it. Their run game, I was impressed with their run game this time. All season, I've not been impressed. Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, but the run game looks solid in this game against the Bills. And those just short passes, high percentage completions, you know, even getting like things like Xavier Worthy, bro. He is like a fucking Swiss Army knife. He can take it on an end around, get a little rush play in, or just they have those plays where they move people around. You don't know where the ball's going to. They have so many different receivers where the ball can go to. A bit like the Bills, to be fair. This was a very like even game. I want to say they're very similar type teams in terms of the fact like what? Let me count this actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different receivers caught a pass for the Chiefs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 receivers caught a pass for the Bills. So they spread the ball out. You know what I mean? They get it out there, but again, difference maker. The man with the ball in his hands after the snap. Mahomes does it again, beats Josh Allen. Key, did you watch this one? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. I wouldn't say they're very evenly matched. I think the Chiefs team is better than the Bills. I think even like the DC, what's his name,
Spagnuolo,
know his full
yeah.
name.
The GOAT.
Spagnuolo, that's the one.
The GOAT.
I think he's insane. He's just insane.
That last
like
play call was ridiculous. I put in straight away into the group chat, he's the GOAT. That to throw a corner blitz on that final play, give Josh the pressure. Shout out to Josh, by the way, for getting that throw off. That was a ridiculous throw on the back foot, but
even putting it up there to be caught is unbelievable. But yeah, there was a lot of shaky moments in the match. I don't know. I was rooting for the Bills. I just disliked the Chiefs, like everybody. But I don't know, man. There was a lot of. I feel like the Bills were even lucky to have it that close of a game. I feel like there was a lot of like Josh throwing Hail Marys, or like what's the guy's name with the bare feet again?
Mark Hollins,
walks in.
freaky ass Mark Hollins.
Mark Hollins.
Yeah.
He made a couple big plays that it just felt like we're going nowhere. So like I feel like they were even lucky to even like get
that first drive. Josh went out there and looked like, hold on now, Josh, like take a breath. You know what I mean? Like he nearly threw an interception, I swear, on like his first 2 passes. It was like chill out, bro. You know. I'm surprised he didn't run it more. Not just with Josh, but even James Cook only had 13 carries, bro. You know what I mean? They brought in Johnson for 6 carries, but when Cook was averaging 6.5 yards per carry, bro, give it to him like 15, 20 times, bro. 13 carries, I don't feel like was enough for what James Cook was doing.
There was that one part of the third quarter, I think it was, where it was just run, play, and it was just dicing up the Chiefs defense, and he was unbelievable. And then he just randomly started just throwing again.
I think the other drive, which they scored a touchdown off, where it was 11 run plays, 0 pass plays.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when the run game's working, just run it until they stop, until they make adjustments, and then just keep doing what's working. You know, I don't get why they would stray from that. But
Josh didn't really run that much either, though. Or it feels like he never.
He had 11 carries, which is nearly the same as James Cook, for 39 yards. And obviously there was the one play with the 4th and 5, was it? When he didn't get the first. Was that a QB sneak when he didn't get the first? Or was that 4th and 5?
Yeah.
Was that a sneak?
He didn't get the first. Yeah.
I thought it was 4th and 5. I'm tripping. No, 4th and 5 was the last play, wasn't it?
Like
with Kincaid.
I can only remember one play of like Josh Allen running and getting a first. I can't remember any other plays of him like doing like a 10-yard run, doing like a whatever. All I can remember is QB sneaks and that one play, and then James Cook just running slicing and dicing.
It's funny you say that because I can't remember Josh going for any big runs, but I had a bet on his longest rush over 12.5 yards and it cashed out. So he must have went for 12.5 yards, but I didn't see it. It was like that time I bet on Nick Bonito to get a sack and I watched the whole game and he didn't get a sack and it paid out and I was like, I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to ask questions. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, he did get a sack. I saw it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it was the same play that the Chiefs ran, where everybody went left, Josh Allen went right. I swear it was that, and he got like 14 yards.
Cheeky little read option or something like that. But yeah, Q, over to you, bro. What are your thoughts on Bills Chiefs? As you picked the Bills, right, for this as well?
Yeah. I've been doing it all year, man, praying on the downfall of teams, and not once has it worked out for me. The thing that I think upsets me the most, almost the most, is this is just more great PR for Josh Allen and his MVP campaign. He's done so much. Can't get that final pass off to Kincaid. I thought it was a first down. Apparently, the refs didn't. I want to see the NFL implement. I don't know if you guys are familiar at all with these like spring leagues that we've been trying to muster up in the U.S. here. Like we've had the XFL, the AAF, and now we have the UFL. And I think
that sounds like a fighting competition.
Yeah,
the UFL, no helmets, just straight CTE.
I think it's the United Football League or something. All right, see you later, Kreb.
Yeah.
But anyway, a big part of those leagues is I think they had a sky judge. So like the referees will call the play on the field, and every single play will be reviewed by that sky judge up there, and they'll be like, wait a minute, this, like the spot of the ball doesn't look right, or hey, I think he definitely maintained possession through that catch, and blah blah blah. So I think something like that the NFL should start looking into. And I'm not trying to be like that because, the Bills lost again, Chiefs are going to another Super Bowl. I'm trying to be like that as like a way to better all of the games. Because we've seen, every year we see so many questionable calls that get talked about for years and years later. We're still talking about the missed PI Rams Saints in the NFC Championship a few years ago. And just something like that to hopefully prevent some of these future calls from being missed. I think that's something that the NFL really needs. But I hate to admit it, like you said, you can't blame the refs for everything. Chiefs just outplayed the Bills. Josh Allen not able to get it done. I heard RG3, insert that picture of him with the big croissant, if you will. He was talking about on his show how there was a protection that Josh Allen could have called to pick up the blitz. There was like 18 seconds left, and I can't remember it fully whether the play clock was going or not. But you have 18 seconds to make a protection against that blitz, and he just failed to do it. Saw the rushers coming in early. Missed Kincaid. We saw Shakir open on the side, but at that point, like quarter second after it snapped, he's already running for his life. So I don't blame him for missing that. But the protection could have been better. A lot of things could have been better for the Bills, and they just got to learn. And hopefully, we see them back here soon.
Well, I mean, if you saw the Super Bowl logo for next year, and if you believe in the conspiracy theory that the logo always tells you who will be in the Super Bowl, it's going to be the Detroit Lions against the Buffalo Bills next year because the logo is all blue. So even AB tweeted it out, and he said Bills against the Lions next year in the Super Bowl.
I don't know, man. I thought I saw some white in that logo, and Chiefs got fucking white in their logo too.
Well, I mean,
so we'll see.
If there's white in it, there's a big chance the Dallas Cowboys might make it then, but that's a story for another day.
Blue and white is just going to be the Cowboys versus nobody.
Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about, like the jersey colour. I don't know what you thought. You thought I was talking about Jerry? Never mind. So, I was surprised that Travis Kelce wasn't involved as much against the Bills. 2 catches for 19 yards. I mean, that let down a lot of my bets. Travis, bro, he's supposed to be missed a playoff. You saw what he did last week, and then this week, bro, I was shocked, to be honest. And they had Damar Hamlin man coverage against Travis Kelce. Brother, just throw the ball to him. Hamlin's like 5'8". or at least he looks it when he's lined up against Kelsey. He's probably taller than me. But bro, there were so many times as well. You want to talk about refs? Go back and watch the tape. Watch every single play and watch Travis Kelsey against DeMar Hamlin. Hamlin holds him every single time. And I swear he only got flagged like one time. But he was holding him every single time, bro. Speaking of holding, one of the funniest plays I thought from this game was there was a holding call on the Chiefs defense. And Josh pointed at it while he was in the pocket. Like, he was in the pocket. I thought he was, like, making an adjustment, telling his receiver to, like, run a certain way or something. But he was actually pointing to the refs, like, that's holding. And then, obviously, they got the flag. But I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback, like, mid-play, point at the, like, call something out to the refs, you know? But
I think I've seen both of these guys do that. Which
I would
is
not be
hilarious.
surprised. I would not be
And
surprised.
also, that hot mic earlier in the season where Mahomes is like, if they're getting near me, can you let me know?
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Calm down, brother. But yeah, no. I didn't really have a lot to say about this game. It's just the same kind of thing that we've been expecting at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that brings an end, I guess, to our roundup of the conference championships. I love this sport. I can't wait for next season. Hopefully see some different teams in these conference championship games, though, next year. And moving on to the Super Bowl. We have our Super Bowl finalists. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles. Chiefs are going to be wearing white, Philly wearing green. So I guess they've nominated Philly as the home team for this one. I saw the jerseys posted online. They look so cold, the jerseys, once they get that Super Bowl logo on them. And I saw the Chiefs jerseys, and for me, just looking at the jersey alone, I feel like that looks like something you would look back on in years to come as a vintage jersey of a Super Bowl winner. It just looks like the type of jersey that would be in a frame to be like, remember when Patrick Mahomes threw for 4 touchdowns and got Super Bowl MVP? 1-5 in the frame. I mean, let's just start, bro. Super Bowl picks. I'm saying fuck the Eagles and I'm picking the Chiefs. Off rip, I'm telling you right now, I'm picking the Chiefs, bro. Never bet against Patrick Mahomes. 3-peat. 1-5's going to get the job done. We speak a lot in these picks videos about when it's a tight game, it comes down to which quarterback you trust the most. And you're telling me, do you trust Jalen Hurts to go and win a game? Or 1-5 to win a game? I'm picking my homeboy every single time, bro. Patrick Mahomes, 3-peat, Travis Kelsey, Super Bowl MVP, and then he proposes to Taylor Swift on the field and then announces retirement. The script is done. Absolute cinema. I'm calling it right now. Give me the Chiefs. They are 1.5 favorites as well in the point spread. And I think they cover it. I think they win by 3. I think the final score is... I was about to say 26-24, but that's not 3 points. I think it's going to be like 31-27 or 26-24. That's my prediction. I'll get more into players talk, but just general prediction. There we go. Key, who are you taking for the Super Bowl winner of Super Bowl 56, 55? I don't know what number it is. 59? For real? Damn. I must have missed a few. I must have missed a few.
Fuck me, it's not saying anything. I'm pretty sure it's Super Bowl 59.
In fact, let me see the Roman numerals. I'll be able to tell off that. Yeah, it is 59. So yeah, Super Bowl 59. I'll edit that back in. Cut this bit out. Key, who are you taking for Super Bowl 59 champion?
So I'm a big Chiefs hater. I dislike them, but I'm also a big Eagles hater, especially Nick Sirianni, as we know. Hate him. Every week he gets mentioned. I hate him. But as on a general consensus, quick pick, I'm taking the Saquon Barkleys. I'm not even going to give them the real name because I don't even care. I don't care who wins, honestly. I don't care. I care, but I don't care. I want Saquon Barkley to win. That's my pick.
You're picking the Eagles to win because that's who Saquon Barkley plays for. I assume
I'm picking the Saquon Barkleys.
I assume for MVP then of the Super Bowl, you would also pick Saquon.
If the Eagles win and Jalen Hurts gets MVP, I'm never watching again.
If the Eagles win, there's absolutely zero chance Jalen Hurts gets MVP.
Jalen Hurts, 6 touchdowns, all tush pushes.
If they do, and that's enough for an MVP, the game's gone. Also woke nonsense, the game's gone. I don't want to see it. Tush push, also woke nonsense. Q, who are you taking for the Super Bowl champion?
Oh man. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I can't stand either of these teams really. But the thought of a Chiefs three-peat is keeping me up at night. I do not want to see that happen at all. So, in that case, I'm gonna have to pick the red side of this shirt here. I'm going with the Chiefs. That has not worked out for me all year. I can't prey on the downfall of these teams. They just don't give a fuck about me over here. I'm gonna have to live through a Chiefs three-peat for the rest of my life. That's all anybody's gonna talk about. Oh, Chiefs are the only team in NFL history to three-peat. Well, actually, in the 20s and 60s, shut the fuck up. That's what I'm gonna hear the rest of my life. I'm just trying to mentally prepare for it. It's just inevitable at this point. The fix is in. Give me Chiefs. We're going to see another like 35-32 finish that we did year before. Just copy paste, same shit, different day.
Yeah, I want to bring... Go for it.
Can we throw a flag on that play? Q just done a gun celebration
Oh,
there.
true.
Yes.
What is that? Is that unsportsmanlike conduct?
15 yards.
Conduct.
All right.
15 yard after the return.
All right. Here
After
we go.
the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. I want to draw attention to... Wait there, didn't you pick the Chiefs?
Yeah.
15-yard penalty,
Yeah.
Q come back. You're moving forward.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
15-yard penalty on the other team. You can come back now.
Don't let the Qusic sneak.
I want to bring attention to a stat real quick. A lot of people joke about how the Chiefs are the Devil's team and they run black magic. Did you see the fountain outside the stadium of the last game? It was red water, but it looked like they just killed a few babies underneath. And that was their blood. That was crazy. I don't know why I said babies, not like goats or something. Anyway, the Philadelphia Eagles, as a franchise, their all-time record, including the regular season and postseason, all-time record, 666 wins, 665 losses. The Chiefs are going to hand the Eagles a record of 666, 666.
And 57.
Absolute cinema. I'm just saying it now. That is literally the craziest coincidence ever, and it just works that way. Wait, I'm so pissed. I've just scrolled in me thing, and it's a screenshot from Blackjack. I was playing Blackjack last night. There was 5 of us on the table with 20s. Dealer pulls a Blackjack. Fucking rigged. Anyway, while we're speaking about things being rigged,
have 57 Ds.
Yep.
It had the Lily Phillips. Sorry, guys.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going. Shall I leave?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're looking for a new host for next season. Applications in the comments.
He's got one ready.
Who?
We don't need to worry about it.
Oh, I know who you... Oh, you mean Godzilla?
Yeah.
You mean Godzilla?
Yeah.
This is my face if the Eagles win, by the way.
Lux Maxon right there.
Yeah, he's mewing.
Chad.
Chadzilla. What can I say? Yeah, so I want to get from you boys an anytime touchdown scorer in the Super Bowl. Just one player, anytime touchdown scorer.
I'm trying to think of the most random Chiefs player that I can think of.
I was literally about to do the same.
I'm waiting for you to say Pirine. Oh no.
Fuck me, man. Let me pick another one then.
Are you gonna go Pirine?
I was gonna go Pirine.
You can take that. You can take that. I'm definitely not going Pirine. I'm keeping my money safe. I'm going Travis Kelce because I've got money on Travis Kelce MVP. So give me a Travis Kelce touchdown. I need 100 yards and 2 touchdowns from him at least so we can get that MVP. Give me. In fact, no. Let me change. I do want that to happen, but let me give you 2. I'm gonna throw 2 on your head right now. D-Hop. Anytime touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins. It's time for the veteran to go out there and get one in the Super Bowl. Give me D-Hop anytime touchdown. I think he's like 14-1 to get one as well, which is fucking crazy. So give me D-Hop anytime. Don't give me D anytime. No, that's crazy. Come on now. Come on now. Stay with me now. I'm going DeAndre Hopkins. Key, who you taking anytime touchdown scorer? It can be for the Eagles or the Chiefs, by the way. I'm not saying for either team.
There's one guy that I'm thinking.
Q, have you got your pick? Because this guy's getting fined.
Me?
I don't get fined.
Well, I did say Pirine, but I'm also thinking of the most random Eagles player, and I think it's Calcaterra, their backup tight end.
Okay,
it's
I
gonna be
guess.
one of these guys. I'm telling you. We saw Jahan Dotson in the end zone.
What the hell is Jahan Dotson doing in the end zone?
Yeah, so don't you come at me being like, "Why are you picking these random guys?"
I thought you were gonna say, "What the hell is it, Jahan Dotson?"
Key, have you got your pick?
Yeah, I am gonna take a Dallas Goddard touchdown.
I like it.
I had him this
I do
week.
like it.
He was like 3 yards away,
Hmm.
and a pass interference call away from getting a touchdown to get me like 25 quid.
Yeah,
The bloody bugger.
big money. So speaking of
Big
Dallas
money.
Goddard, I think he went for 100 yards maybe last game. He had a big game against the Commanders, but also a big game against the Eagles was Zach Ertz. Now, I mentioned Zach Ertz in the last video, and I said he might have something to prove here. It's against his old team. He might want to have a big game, and he went out there and did it. Whether that was just game plan or him being the best receiver, probably on the Commanders. I mean, Scary Terry's obviously great, but he was locked up most of the game. But Zach Ertz, tight end, big game. So to me, the Eagles' defense aren't great against tight ends. Travis Kelce, Super Bowl MVP. It's written in the stars. I've seen the script. It's absolute cinema, and I am absolutely rich if it comes in. So I'm not really. It's literally like pennies, but still. Yeah. So I want to like transition from the anytime touchdown scorer. Can we get a first touchdown scorer? Who do we think is going to score the first touchdown of the Super Bowl? Which player?
I'm just going all random guys, dude. I think we're getting like opening kickoff Remigio for the Chiefs touchdown.
A kick return touchdown? That would be crazy in a Super Bowl. I would fire the whole special teams if that happened.
I am gonna say Xavier Worthy.
I like that pick.
First touchdown.
I like that pick. Are you going to go receiving or rushing? Because he can do both. I mean, it doesn't matter
I'm
either
gonna
way.
go Russian. I'm gonna say Russian, yeah.
A little end around jet sweep to the house. I would
Russian.
like to see him. For my first touchdown scorer, I'm going to go Sean Barkley. Sean Barkley. Oh, man, they got Sean Barkley.
Sean Barkley. I swear, Sean Barkley is the best. We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Sean Barkley. Lord have mercy, man.
I'm going Sean Barkley as first touchdown scorer. You saw what he did against the Commanders, bro. I mean, I don't think he's going to get any 60-plus yard runs against the Chiefs. I can't wait to see how this Chiefs defense does against the Eagles, though. Everyone knows it's stop Saquon. Try and make Jalen Hurts win the game because he can't do it by himself. I don't think Jalen Hurts can put a team on his back and lead him like his team to the Super Bowl. You know, I don't think he's got it in him. So try and stop Saquon, let Jalen Hurts win the game. But how do you stop Saquon? The Rams tried it by bringing an extra man down, loading the box, and then it just leaves one safety deep. And if Saquon breaks that line, you can't stop him then. And he went for like 2 60-plus yard touchdowns against the Rams. He went for one against the Commanders. So I can't wait to see what Spags does. And obviously, I think Spags is one of the best, assistant coaches of all time. That play call, even just that very last play call against the Bills, that corner blitz was just geniusly cooked up, perfect timing. I can't wait to see what he does to stop Saquon Barkley. You know, because if you can put pressure on Jalen Hurts, you saw it even against the Rams. Jalen Hurts took like 7 sacks, moving like Bonnie Blue. You know what I mean? Sorry to take your joke, Key, but that's a lot of sacks. You know what I mean? And with Jalen Hurts recovering recently from concussion too, if he takes any hits, bro, you're one play away from Kenny Pickett in a Super Bowl. And I do not want to see, I'm not ready for this discourse of Kenny Pickett's had more Super Bowl appearances than Dak Prescott. Because
Kenny Pickett is gonna Kenny Pickett is gonna do a Nick Foles and win it all.
Kenny Pickett anytime touchdown scorer from Q.
Anybody? I'm going Tanner McKee. I'm going third string up in here.
Oh.
No.
17-year-old Tanner McKee.
Oh yeah. Forgot bro said he was 17. Oh man.
That's gonna be your next jersey, dude. Is McKee but put an I there?
Yeah, 17.
McKee.
Just the number 17.
Oh.
Oh, God's sake, lads.
Q, did you say your Super Bowl MVP? Or did I forget to ask?
No.
Who are you
I
taking?
was gonna say, did we even get to that point yet?
I mean,
I
I
think-
said straight off rip, I want Travis Kelce to win it because I've got money on
Yeah.
that. Key sneezing McKee over there said, I can't remember who did bro say?
I said Josh Allen, but he's not even there. So.
Wait, did I not just ask you's MVP
You
like
did
2
not
minutes
ask the
ago?
question yet.
Well,
No.
I'm fucking tripping. Super Bowl MVP time. Let's put the timestamp in the bar below. I want Travis Kelce to win it because I have money on it. But gamble responsibly. Super Bowl MVP is going to be Patrick Mahomes. My homeboy is going to lead the Chiefs to a three-peat, win the MVP, and make history. And Andy Reid is going to go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time. Spags is going to go down as the greatest assistant coach of all time. I believe them two worked together at the Eagles. I might be making that up. I swear they were both at the Eagles together. So this is like a flex game again for these two. So yeah, give me that. Key, who are you taking for Super Bowl MVP? You've chose the Eagles to win it, so are you going to go with an Eagles player? Or are you... In fact, no, I did because you said Saquon Barkley. But anyway, who are you taking for Super Bowl MVP, bro?
I'm going to take Saquon for MVP just because I want Saquon to win. Not the Eagles, just want Saquon to win. So if Saquon could play against the opposite team on his own, I'd be rooting for him. But the fact that the Eagles are also around him, I guess the Eagles have to win.
It'd be pretty hard to snap it to himself and then rush with no O-line, though.
He probably still could. You seen his hurdles? It just jumped the whole date.
He throws like a vertical snap, catches it on a kick return, and then yeah. Well, Q, who you taking Super Bowl MVP?
If the Chiefs win, I don't see how they don't give it to Patrick Mahomes. Even if some guy has like an outstanding day on defense, it's name recognition at this point. I think Mahomes is going to get it. That's probably going to be my most normal take.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to say what's his name, Harrison Butker, the kicker. I was waiting for
that guy.
for his name to come out.
Get back in the kitchen.
Why? What's he done?
Basically, he said women belong in the kitchen. Basically, saying
he
basically said every man needs a woman to like come home to and like be in the kitchen, basically waiting for him, like a stay-at-home woman.
And this is coming from a kicker.
Yeah.
From a guy
He's not even like a receiver or a tight end. He's a kicker.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And he fucked his knee up. He fucked his knee up, and I hope it never recovers.
Well,
absolute bellend. He is.
Well, on that note,
that's why me and Q celebrate every miss that he does.
On that note, I had something else to add, and I can't remember. Can you guys remember?
Yeah, let me just search the full zoo brain real quick, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we've done
just anime.
We've done the pick. We've done. I started Kakegurui last night. Q, you onto that? The gambling anime. Oh my god,
dude.
It's gambling, but like it's schoolgirls and they get horny when they gamble, and I'm like, they're just like me for real.
Can we edit this out?
Yeah, of course it is. The last like
you can make this my thumbnail picture because I'm fucking disgusted with you.
No, bro, the shit's fire, bro. The shit's actually fire, and there's all gambling games I've never heard of. I'm like, hey, I actually want to try that, like type shit, bro. Yeah, I think that's it. Really. In fact, do we want to give some predictions in this video for next season? Do we want to do our next season hot takes now? Because I can't think where else we'd put it in the honors video.
The honors, yeah, I'd say the honors.
But the honors video might go up before the Super Bowl picks. It don't even really make sense.
We can put it at the end of this because Super Bowl's end of the season. Predictions for next season comes right after that.
So let's give just some quick hot takes for next season. Obviously, we don't know the outcome of the Super Bowl yet, but it won't really matter too much. I just want quick, guesses, I guess, of who do we think is going to win the Super Bowl next year. Is it too early to say that? Can we give predictions for that? And also, regular season MVP. Have a little think about that. Also, just any hot takes you have to throw out there. I'll start with some hot takes. I think next season, Caleb Williams is going to be a top 10 quarterback in the league. They get some help on that O-line. I think in every mock draft I've seen, the Chicago Bears are looking to really bolster that O-line in the draft. And if Caleb Williams can get some help with the pass blocking, give him some time in the pocket with that new Ben Johnson scheme. Ben Johnson, of course, the OC from the Lions, who took over as the head coach for the Bears. And he has said that he will be calling the plays still, which isn't really too common, I don't think, with head coaches. I can't really think of any head coach that I know really who calls plays. I think Andy Reid definitely calls the plays. Mike McCarthy called the plays at the Cowboys before. Obviously, he's just been fired. In fact, maybe it is quite a common practice, but I know for the Lions for sure, Ben Johnson was the play caller. And he's going to remain play caller for the Bears. And I think Caleb Williams goes out there, has a season. Your division, Q, Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears. It's going to be a great watch because the Bears are going to be even better next year. And if the rest of the three teams are just as good, it's going to be such a good division to watch. My other hot take is that the Atlanta Falcons, with Michael Penix Jr. now as a starter, are going to make the playoffs and win the NFC South. I think they're the South. Might have made that shit up. My source is that I made it the fuck up. But I think the Falcons win the division, go into the playoffs. Don't know how far they can go. Maybe let me see the odds on Atlanta Falcons to win the Super Bowl next year. Because I think Michael Penix is the truth. You'll see in my top 10 QBs video, or our top 10 QBs video, sorry, coming soon. We did record that before the Super Bowl, so take that as a regular season video. Michael Penix might get mentioned in that, and that's my bias because I think he is great, and he does have that number 9 on his chest. And you know what that number means to me. Shout out to the MalloryBros. Shout out to the MalloryBros. Shout out to the you know what I mean? Shout out to the MalloryBros. You know what that number 9 means, bro. But that's my two hottest takes, I think, that I can think of right now. Let me say Lamar Jackson wins regular season MVP and the Ravens win the Super Bowl. And that's my hot takes done. So, any hot takes, boys? And who do you think is going to win next year's Super Bowl and regular season MVP? I'll pass the torch because that's my takes out the way.
Want to go first, Q?
Yeah, I can go. I think some hot takes for me. I think Lions finished last place in the division.
Oof.
That's not coming from a hating standpoint. That's coming from Bears are going to get better. Vikings were so good, and they're going to transfer over to J.J. McCarthy. I think this is the year we finally see Jordan Love put it together the whole season. I know his first year starting, we had the whole Toyota-thon deal. Then it became a much bigger deal last year, but he was also injured for most of the year. I think this year, if he's healthy, he's going to finally put it all together, maybe make some noise for MVP. And Lions, without their two coordinators, I think they're going to take a step back for sure. I don't see him getting 15 wins again. I don't know if I see him getting 10, so there's a hot take. And I'm trying to think of an AFC side hot take, and the only one I can think of is Chiefs do not make the Super Bowl. And that might be a hot take at this rate that they're going. But I think at some point, the bullshit's got to end, dude. At some point, you can't be winning 4, 5, 6 Super Bowls in a row. You've seen like teams in the NBA in the 60s win like 8 in a row, but I don't think you can keep that performance going in the modern NFL, that kind of thing. Super Bowl, I really don't want to be biased, but if Jordan Love puts it together in the regular season, I think we're seeing playoff success from him. So I want to say Packers, but if it's not the Packers, I think we're looking at either Bills or Ravens winning the Super Bowl next year.
I like it. There was a point I wanted to rebuttal there. I can't even remember. I want to throw in another MVP candidate though for next season. JD5. He had a great rookie year. I think next season, bro, if he does the same shit again over there in Washington, he might be an MVP candidate for next year. Keep an eye on that. Key, what's your hot takes for next season? Anything to do with your 49ers?
So, Super Bowl. I think it's going to be Niners Eagles.
Here we
I'm gonna
go.
say.
Are you
Super
fucking
Bowl.
kidding me? Hang on.
Wait,
Wait,
no,
did
it
you
can't
just
be
say-
Niners. Sorry,
You mean
Niners.
Yeah,
No,
no.
Chiefs. I was supposed to say Chiefs. Never mind, I'm stupid. Niners, Chiefs is what I was supposed to say. Because my next point was going to be, I don't think Travis Kelce retires this season. I think even if they win, I think he still gives it another one.
That was the point. Yeah.
I think he stays. I think it's going to be a Niners Chiefs Super Bowl. I think the Niners break that four streak of chips if they win it this year. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be the Super Bowl MVP. What else do I think?
What about
I
regular
think-
season MVP? Don't say Brock Purdy. If you say Brock Purdy, I'm kicking you from the call right now.
No,
Video's
so,
over.
honestly, I think Josh Allen is going to get it. It's not outlandish because, like, you know what I mean? It is
PR,
what it
man.
is. I actually think the Vikings are going to stink this year. I think Jay Jettis is going to try and force his way out. I think Sam Darnold is going to absolutely smell.
Well, Sam Darnold
awful.
might not even be a starter for next year if McCarthy's back from the injury.
I also think that Max Crosby is going to come to the Niners. I'm trying to think about that.
On what basis are these predictions, by the way?
Because
Max Crosby to the Niners and you win the Super Bowl, and Brock Purdy wins MVP.
Rumored.
Is it actually? I haven't seen, to be fair. But what do we think about the Raiders? Raiders making moves. Obviously, they just hired Pete Carroll, oldest coach in NFL history, and possible, reconciliation with his old quarterback, Russell Wilson, who I think the Steelers might want to keep Russ, but there's signs that Russ might be going to the Raiders. Russ and Pete Carroll, do they win a Super Bowl? You got Brock Bowers over there. Shades of Jimmy Graham. Before. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we have a little time capsule, or is this like that meme of like, pack it in, old man? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what did Jamie Carragher say? You got to leave football before football leaves you. Yeah. I know he's talking about a different sport, but football may have left these guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure. There's so many different like moves and transfers that's going on. Your point though, Q, about the Chiefs. You said about how like you don't think that they'll do it again or whatever. That'll be interesting to see what happens after the Super Bowl, because if Travis Kelce does retire, then that's obviously a huge piece of their offense gone. And then obviously the backup's Noah Gray. Does Noah Gray have Travis Kelce size shoes? I don't know. It'll be a tough role to fill. I mean, even last game I took Noah Gray for 1.5 receptions. Don't even think he got that. They don't even seem to be incorporating him as like an option to replace Travis. So I don't even know if that's on the cards, or maybe that's just my absolute cinema script. The bias towards that. But next season's gonna be good, man. Any other predictions?
No. Got nothing else outlandish to say.
Not right now. Sure, we'll think of more stuff during the offseason.
The Cowboys make the playoffs.
That's just facts. That's not even that's not even a terrible take. That's just facts. That's just gonna happen.
We're doing outlandish, not actually impossible.
No, hold on now. New head coach. New head coach. We've just hired a new DC. Matt Eberflusen.
Yeah,
what's his name? Eberflusen?
Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus?
Yeah.
Watch us cook next year. Dak's back. CD.
Do not put that man in charge of timeouts. Is all I'm gonna say.
I mean, that's the thing. Maybe he's stunk as a head coach, but he's the defensive coordinator. We've got Schottenheimer, but at the end of the day, I'm not delusional. The Cowboys are never going to win anything while Jerry Jones is controlling that organization. Jason Witten is coaching waiting. Like, what do you mean you already have a man lined up for when I get fired? Like that, I don't know any other organization in probably the world that would have that. Like, that is just such a crazy concept. You're the head coach and you're getting told, by the way, this guy's taking your job when you get fired.
That's insane.
They didn't say it, but that's what it felt like with this whole Gerard Mayo and Mike Vrabel thing in New England. As soon as they hired Mayo, it felt like, all right, he's going to be a 1 year out, and they're going to go after somebody different to try to like cut ties from the old Patriots. But then they brought in Vrabel, so they're not doing that.
My hot take as well. I think the Jags go like, how many games in a regular season again? Is it 18 now?
17.
17. I think the Jags go 2-15. Duval. I think they go 2-15 with that guy in charge.
2-15 is crazy, man.
Whose division are they in again? The Jags.
AFC South.
AFC South. Who's in that?
Texans, Titans, and Colts.
Oh Christ! That's the worst division in the game. That's just a garbage division. I don't even want to make a prediction on that. They went 4-13 this year. They'll go 4-13 again. That's such a terrible division.
Stinks.
That is actually the worst division in football.
I think if they can keep Trevor healthy and instill some confidence in him, they can do a lot better than they did this year. But they've just been there's been one historical outlier with this team. That was in 2017 when they made the AFC Championship game. Miles Jack was not down, by the way. But yeah, outside of that, they've just been ass ever since.
Who was the QB then? Was that Blake Bortles?
That was the boat, Blake Bortles. Yep.
That is... He is one of the best, worst players I've ever seen.
We were robbed of a Nick Foles, Blake Bortles Super Bowl.
Because nobody
You
would have
understand
watched.
that?
Nobody would have watched it. That's why.
I would have been all over that. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, but imagine trying to sell that to the public.
Two of the goofiest white guys going at it on the biggest stage. You kidding me? I'm there every day of the week. I'm watching the reruns till this day.
Me VQ in the Super Bowl. It's two goofy white guys
Yeah.
chucking pigskin.
I mean, a lot was said this year about the AFC. I think the AFC definitely has the better talent. You know, you've got the Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, even Bengals, because you throw in Joe Burrow. And then the NFC side, I feel like there's not really that much competition. But even just in the individual divisions, it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, the Niners finished last this year in their division. Do they bounce back next year? The NFC North, we've already spoke about with the Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. That's going to be tight. Even the NFC South, you know, I said I think the Falcons win their division, but towards the end of the season, I liked what I saw from the Panthers and Bryce Young. Bryce Young looked good, and then the Buccaneers, you know, Mike Evans, Mr. Automatic 1000 over there, Bucky Irvin, second year, he's going to be running like he always does. So the NFC will be quite an interesting one, I feel, for next season. But and then do we even need to mention the NFC East? Who I think is going to win that?
Do we think A-Rod is going to retire?
No.
That was the point I was going to make up. I want him to, man, but he's I don't think he's gonna. Especially, I think he's at 503 touchdowns all time, and his mentor Brett Favre is at 508. I don't think A-Rod's gonna let that slide. He might come back for another year, but I don't know where it's gonna be. Whether he's gonna be with the Jets one more or where he's gonna go. But even at this point, are there really 32 NFL quarterbacks better than Aaron Rodgers?
That's interesting. Maybe we'll discuss that in our top 10 video, which you can find on the channel very soon. And you can see if A-Rod makes an appearance in any of our top 10 lists. You'll have to wait until the next video to find that out. Well, not the next one. Whenever that gets uploaded, I don't know when. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to find out when that does drop. Boys, any closing remarks?
I've been saying it for the past couple episodes, but it really just has been a true honor to do this with you guys. I know this isn't the usual thing that you're putting out there, and I know people might not always be watching, but for those that have, really thank you guys so much for being a part of this with us. It's been so much fun, and can't wait to do it again. No,
for real, man. Amen to that, because, you know, I see people, obviously, I built this channel playing FIFA, and I see people from the FIFA comments coming and watching these videos still and supporting these videos and dropping their thoughts. So shout out to those people, and a shout out in a different way to the people who just comment about FIFA. Go and play it yourself if you want to see FIFA that much. You know what I mean? Whole website of people you can watch play it. But anyway, nobody's even who plays FIFA has watched this far into the video. But yeah, Key, any closing remarks from you, bro?
I'd just like to say thank you to the viewers. My Jersey game will be better next season. That's all. That's it.
Your Jersey game is quite cold, though. I mean, you do have a knack. I mean, that one's clean, but I mean, you do have a knack for picking players. That's it's like a curse almost. I feel, you know, yeah, like McCaffrey out, Kirk Cousins dropped. Like,
I want to talk about
Gronk, you know, Gronk can't get injured
anymore.
He loses his voice before he does commentary on the Super Bowl or something. Now he wakes up the next day with a sore throat.
Oh my god. No, real quick, speaking of curses, you hear about the Kirk Cousins curse? No team that Kirk Cousins beat, or no team that's beat Kirk Cousins in the regular season has won the Super Bowl, and the Eagles beat him. So, see how that goes.
Well, the script is written, and we'll find out this weekend or next, depending when the video goes live. We'll find out who wins Super Bowl, and from us, I think that will be it for the season. The QBs video, which I mentioned, is already done, so that won't have any Super Bowl references in it. Our running backs and wide receivers top 10 lists will be after the Super Bowl. So check those videos. We might mention the Super Bowl a little bit in those if you want to see our thoughts after the game. But for now, that's it from us for this season. Next season, I'm really looking forward to it, starting from week 1. And yeah, man, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. We'll catch us next time. Take it easy.